Germany arrests Libyan war crimes suspects. The Viewpoint is on the life and times of Nigerian football legend Peter Rufai. And now, detail of the news. Ahead of the next year's governorship poll in Ekiti State, Governor Abiodun Oyebanji has again received more support from some prominent political leaders in the state with an assurance of victory. The latest assurance was given by former Governor Ayodele Fayose, Senator Dayo Adeyeye, Senate Leader Okpeyemi Bamdele, alongside others during an event tagged An Evening with Senator Dayo Adeyeye in honor of the chairman of the Nigerian Ports Authority in Abuja. BSCS Government House reporter Toba Balola completes the story. That report will be brought to you in our subsequent bulletin. The Ekiti State Governor, Mr. Abiodun Oyebanji, says that his administration is exploring the natural resources of the state as a way of creating jobs and wealth in order to ensure economic viability and sustainability in the state. Oyebanji made the statement in his office while hosting the delegation of the Revenue Mobilization Allocation and Fiscal Commission led by its chairman, Dr. Desmond Akaiwo, on the request of the state government to assess 172.5 billion naira from the Commission's Non-Oil Resources Development Fund. Government House reporter Yemi Olajutemu brings details of the story.
It is a state that is well known not just for education, but for putting our mouth.
Governor Oyebanji was represented by the Chief of Staff, Mr. Niyi Adebayo, explained that the state was tapping and harnessing the potentials in agriculture, solid minerals, and tourism, and noted that the fund would assist the state in its effort of economic diversification. He said that the state was already laying the foundation for the development of the three key sectors, but needed the federal government and other development partners to achieve its full potentials. Oyebanji assured the commission that his government would make the best use of the fund if given.
We need to diversify the economy, and Ekiti is also working along this line. Yes, indeed, after agriculture, based on our endowments, just as you have rightly pointed out, sir, tourism should come next because we have the landmarks, we have the features, and we have hospitable people. And all we just really need to do is to put thoughts to action and ensure that all of the ideas that we have expected, we are able to implement. But of course, as you know, you can't do all of that without investments. And
the governor said that his government was focusing on replicating the vision of President Bola Tinubu to create a spark in the economic power of the people, create jobs, and increase export. The leader of the delegation, Dr. Desmond Akaiwo, who advised the state to focus more on tourism development, explained that their experiences at the various sites visited showcased Ekiti as one of the mostly endowed in Nigeria. Akaiwo assured the governor that they will make a good recommendation to the presidency for the state to access the fund.
To be honest, we were all impressed because the elections, they say the first impression creates a very lasting impression. We do not know other things we are going to see in Ekiti, but what you have seen, sometimes you use that first step to know what's going to happen in the future. For your states, when the Permanent Secretariat, from what we have in the pamphlet, about almost 6 items that are the pillars of this administration, yes, they are well intended. But anybody who comes to this state, outside the professors you have, the next thing God has endowed you with is tourism. And that's one area we will always advise you to focus.
The meeting was attended by top government functionaries across various ministries, including budget, finance, trade, and agriculture. Yemi Olajutemu reporting.
We now take you back to the 2026 support for Governor Abiodun Oyebanji re-election. Ahead of the next year's governorship poll in Ekiti State, Governor Biodun Oyebanji has again received more support from some prominent political leaders in the state with an assurance of victory. The latest assurance was given by former Governor Ayodele Fayose, Senator Dayo Adeyeye, Senate Leader Opeyemi Bamidele alongside others during an event tagged An Evening with Senator Dayo Adeyeye in honor of the chairman of the Nigerian Ports Authority in Abuja. BSCS Government House reporter Toba Babalola completes the story.
Former Governor Fayose described Oyebanji as a bridge builder who had restored peace and unity to the political landscape of the state. He noted that the governor's achievements in infrastructure, workers' welfare, education, and rural development were visible. Fayose maintained that regardless of political affiliation, leaders in the state have declared their support for the continuity agenda. He said that the governor's leadership qualities, humility, and development stride had endeared him to the people of the state. The former governor noted that Oyebanji had demonstrated uncommon maturity and capacity in managing the affairs of the state, and the need for every stakeholder to support his second-term ambition so that the good work could continue.
I'm telling you the truth, you have overwhelmed me with honor and respect. I'm not the one that put you there, but I will do more than those who put you there when the election comes in. I will enter the street for you. I will only not put the logo of your party because I will never join your party. No, I'm a PDP man. But we will support you to conclude the journey you have started.
Corroborating, the Senate leader, Senator Opeyemi Bamidele, said that Governor Oyebanji's exemplary and leadership styles as well as ability to deliver impactful projects across all sectors had earned him the respect and admiration of both the political class and the public.
It's working for Ekiti, and hopefully and prayerfully this will also be a major legacy for everyone that will be privileged to govern the state after him. But in the meantime, it's all about us ensuring that this love continues to radiate through supporting him for a second term in office as governor.
Likewise, Senator Dayo Adeyeye, in his remarks, assured the governor of his full support for the second-term ambition, pledging to work tirelessly to ensure his victory across all the 177 wards in the state.
This year, honestly, I cannot. Governor, you are going to win all wards by the grace of God. Because everybody is going to work for you, we will put everything to it. You deserve it. We want the peace in Ekiti to continue. We have never had this like this before.
Governor Oyebanji expressed his appreciation to the leaders in the state for their support and trust in his administration. He described it as a strong affirmation of unity and shared commitments to the progress of the state.
We do the right thing. We are compassionate, we are hardworking, we don't make noise, but we have quiet strength. I count myself as one of the locust governors in this country. I have 4 leading governors: Otumba Adebayo, Ayodele Fayose, Segun Oni, and Kayode Fayemi. And to the glory of God, all of them have lined up behind me. Give God all the glory for this.
Describing the event as not just a celebration of Senator Adeye's recent national assignment, but also a testament to the maturity and political harmony that now exists among Ekiti leaders across party lines. Toba Babalola reporting.
In another development, Ekiti State government has signed a Memorandum of Understanding MOU with the Rural Electrification Agency, REA. The agreement reached at a meeting in Abuja was in quest by the state government to ensure the implementation of off-grid electricity projects across the state. Our reporter, Toba Babalola, again takes it from here.
Speaking at the roundtable engagement tagged Leveraging Public-Private Partnership for Scalable Energy Access Infrastructure, Governor Oyebanji said the meeting was not just about discussions on electricity, power, energy, or renewable farms, but lighting up homes, powering the state's economy, and creating a future where no community is left behind. The governor observed that significant population in Ekiti State still needed access to reliable power, noting that its administration had spent over 4 billion naira to improving electricity supply in the state. This effort, according to him, had reconnected several unserved communities to the national grid after years of outage.
We campaign to people on the mantra of shared prosperity, and I'm convinced beyond any reasonable doubt that the pathway to prosperity is productivity. I'm convinced beyond any reasonable doubt. And a country, a state, a people cannot be productive without energy sufficiency. Whatever we build on to drive prosperity or productivity without energy sufficiency, we are going to fail. And that is why I come here today to ask you for help. That in driving our 6 pillars of shared prosperity in the United States, we need you to help us. Let's see what we can do together so that we can make energy available to our people. If the people are hardworking, they are not lazy, they can work, but they need the infrastructure to work. That is my expectation.
Highlighting its achievements in the electricity sector, the governor said his administration, through a public-private partnership arrangement, had in operation an independent power project facility providing 2.6 megawatts to government facilities and also investing in solar power infrastructure to provide reliable electricity to the general hospitals, primary healthcare facilities, and public schools to boost efficient service delivery. Governor Oyebanji further explained that his government had also initiated measures that have put prepaid meters in the homes of thousands of consumers in the state, thereby reducing 80% metering gap and eliminating estimated billing.
This event further justifies the confidence of the stakeholders in the commitment to the reforms in the Nigerian power sector, particularly the various forms of decentralized and multi-tiered electricity supply industry. A significant population of Ekiti State today still needs access to reliable power. We are gathered here today because we believe that this trajectory must change, not just through conventional means, but through innovative, sustainable, and inclusive energy solutions embedded in the National Electrification Plan.
Commending the Rural Electrification Agency (REA) for its consistent efforts bridging the energy gap across the country, the governor maintained that his government remained resolute in the drive to achieve 120 megawatts through the contributions of investors by 2030, thereby closing the energy gap in the state. In the sector, Toba Babalola reporting.
The second stage of the ongoing exercise of the recruitment of teaching and non-teaching staff into public secondary schools in Ekiti State will come up tomorrow at the main campus of the Ekiti State University, Ado Ekiti. The State Permanent Secretary, Teaching Service Commission, Mr. Michael Uluade, in a statement said that the second stage of the recruitment process would involve a written examination for candidates seeking appointment into both teaching and non-teaching positions who met the cut-off marks during the computer-based test held last month. According to him, candidates are to arrive at the Center for Accreditation by 8 in the morning. Boluwade reminded candidates taking part in the examination to bring along copies of their computer-based test result slips, colored printout of their registration slips, and their pens to the examination center with a warning that calculators, electronic devices, and phones will not be allowed in the examination halls. He also said that only candidates with professional qualifications in education or postgraduate diploma in education are qualified for teaching positions, while O-level SSCE certificates, in addition to 35 words per minute ICT compliance, are required for laboratory attendants, library assistants, and secretariat assistant positions, respectively. The PS noted that only applicants with requisite qualifications will be allowed to participate in the exercise. He advised the candidates to adhere strictly to the conditions guiding the conduct of the examination and said that anyone caught trying to impersonate or penetrate any form of examination malpractice will be handed over to security agencies for prosecution. The Forum of Commissioners for Power and Energy in Nigeria has kicked against the Senate-proposed Electricity Act Amendment Bill 2025. The chairman of the forum, Prince Eka Williams, and Secretary Omali expressed concern over the ongoing deliberation on the bill. According to them, the unilateral approach undermined the spirit of cooperative federalism and threatened to reverse the gains made in decentralizing the nation's electricity sector. 3 Southwest governors have pushed for the true federalism and creation of state police in the ongoing constitutional review process. They include Ekiti State Governor Biodun Yebanji, his counterparts from Ondo and Osun, Lucky Ayedatiwa and Ademola Adeleke. The governors at the Southwest Center B public hearing of the House of Representative Committee on Constitutional Review in Akure declared that the current centralized policing structure was unsustainable due to growing insecurity in the country. The Registrar of the University of Medical Sciences, Ondo, Mr. Ezekiel Adeniro, has been assassinated, sending shockwaves across the institution and Ondo State at large. Adeniro, who assumed office as the 3rd substantive registrar on January 6 this year, was found dead in his residence in Ondo town. The university management described the news of the death as shocking. A federal lawmaker who represented Kogi West in the 6th Senate, Dino Melaye, made his courtroom appearance today in full wig and gown for the first time since his call to the Nigerian bar as he stepped into Court 8 of the Federal High Court in Abuja. His appearance, which marked his public debut in legal practice, underscoring what his aides described as a new chapter of his career. This is the broadcasting service of Ekiti State.
It's Joma Homes' 6th year anniversary, and we're saying thank you with big giveaways. Pay just 200,000 naira deposit on any land and get a free standing fan. 500,000 naira and you get a 2-burner gas cooker. Pay 1 million naira and enjoy a 4-burner standing gas cooker instantly. Spread your balance over 12 months, stress-free. Own land today in Akure, Ondo, Ilorin, Abuja, or Ekiti. Visit www.jomahomesproperties.com to learn more. With Joma Homes, even you can become a landlord. Terms and conditions apply.
Benita University, one of the fastest growing institutions in Nigeria, has commenced admissions for the 2025-2026 academic session. Applications are open for degree and pre-degree programs across various colleges. Available courses include medicine and surgery, dental surgery, pharmacy, human anatomy, physiology, nursing science, public health, medical laboratory science, physiotherapy, medical radiography, human nutrition and dietetics, and food science and technology. In the College of Art and Social Management Science, you can apply for economics, criminology, and security security studies, accounting, taxation, entrepreneurship studies, public administration, peace studies and conflict resolution, political science, business administration, mass communication and sociology. The College of Agriculture, Science and Engineering offers microbiology, biochemistry, forensic science, agribusiness, agricultural economics, information technology, electrical engineering, mechanical engineering, and mechatronics engineering. To apply online, please visit ecampus.veniteuniversity.edu.ng or walk into our campus at Kilometer 2, Ayetoro Road, Iloro Ekiti. Venite University, building the future, one student at a time.
We're glad to have you back. For news, information, or comments, join our live streaming on Facebook page at Ekiti State Radio. You can as well like and share our page. The Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) has extended the ongoing continuous voter registration in Anambra by 3 days. The National Commissioner and Chairman of the Information and Voter Education Committee, Sam Olumekun, said that the extension was granted in response to appeals from citizens and stakeholders who requested more time to complete the registration. Togo has voted in municipal elections amid reports of voter apathy after the country was rocked by deadly protests last month. Polling stations in Togo's capital, Lomé, were largely deserted. The low turnout came after June's protest against constitutional reforms that could keep leader Faure Gnassingbe in power indefinitely. EU countries have agreed new sanctions on Russia over the war in Ukraine, including lowering a price cap on Moscow's oil exports. EU Foreign Policy Chief Laja Kallas said that it is the 18th sanction against Russia. He noted that EU would continue to impose sanctions on Russia until it ends war with Ukraine. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has appointed a new prime minister and other key leaders in the largest government reshuffle since Russia invaded the country 3 years ago. The new prime minister, Yulia Denko, has been endorsed by the parliament. Denko previously served as first deputy prime minister and minister of the economic and trade, the roles that brought her in contact with the administration of US President Donald Trump. The 39-year-old woman was credited with negotiating critical mineral deal between Washington and Kyiv. Germany has arrested a Libyan militia leader accused of crimes against humanity and war crimes. Khaled Hishi was arrested near Tripoli. And now to the Viewpoint. The Viewpoint is on the life and times of Nigeria football legend Peter Rufai, MON. It is written and presented by Olushola Kende.
In the colorful history of Nigerian football, the name Peter Rufai stands as inspiration and pride for soccer fans who followed Nigerian football from the early 80s to late 90s. Popularly known to fans as Dodo Mayana, the late Peter Rufai could be described as a fearless goalkeeper and a national icon. His journey from the bustling streets of Lagos to the world's biggest football arena is a story of vision, courage, and patriotic excellence. Born on August 24, 1963 in Lagos, Peter Fregene Rufai hailed from Idimo, Lagos State, and was the son of the late Oba Rufai, the traditional ruler of Idimo, and Madam Alimat Rufai. While royalty and privilege surrounded him, Peter chose to pursue his personal calling, football. His remarkable talent did not go unnoticed. The late goalkeeper was discovered by a well-respected coach, Alabi Essien, who gave him his first major break into professional football. Under Essien's mentorship, the young Rufai's raw skills were refined into elite athleticism and commanding presence in goal. Goalkeeper Peter Rufai started his footballing career with local sides such as stationery stores and famous Scorpions, showcasing agility, intelligence, and uncommon composure. His performances at the local level quickly drew the attention of national coaches that include Chief Festus Adegboye Onigbinde, who saw him as a good talent and with the help of God turned him to a star at the 1984 African Cup of Nations in Cote d'Ivoire, where the Green Eagles, now Super Eagles, settled for the second position after bowing 3-1 to Cameroon in the final. It was the semi-final match between Nigeria and Egypt that brought Peter Rufai to limelight after saving a penalty kick that saw Nigeria through to the grand finale. The injury sustained by the first-choice goalkeeper, Emmanuel Okala, gave Peter Rufai the opportunity to prove his worth. In 1988 in Morocco, Peter Rufai also stopped an Nigerian player penalty to take Nigeria to the grand finale of the African Cup of Nations. He never had the opportunity to be part of the Super Eagles team when Clemens Westerhoff took over, not until 1994 when Bonfred Joe announced that Peter Rufai was the best goalkeeper in Nigeria ahead of the African Cup of Nations in Tunisia in 1994. Coach Clemens Westerhoff had no choice than to make him part of his squad for the Nations Cup in Tunisia after failing to win the trophy in Algeria in 1990 and Senegal in 1992. Peter Rufai again was standing between the poles for the Super Eagles in their quarter-final match against Cote d'Ivoire in Tunisia. The Nigerian goalkeeper, Rufai, stopped Lambert Amani penalty that saw Nigeria to the semi-final of the Africa's biggest soccer fiesta in 1994. The same year, Nigeria was named the 5th best footballing nation across the globe, shortly after the 1994 World Cup, the highest ever ranking for an African team. Peter Rufai was equally the #1 goalkeeper for Nigeria at the 1998 World Cup before retiring from international soccer. Rufai played professionally across Belgium, the Netherlands, Portugal, and Spain. What truly set Peter Rufai apart was not just his on-field brilliance, but also his off-field vision. After retiring in 1998, he pursued a diploma in sports management program, proving that intellectual development should accompany athletic success. He later founded the Peter Rufai Sports Foundation, dedicated to nurturing young football talents and providing mentorship. The ex-international efforts to give back to the community and develop grassroots football remain part of his lasting legacy. When his father, the Oba of Idimo, passed on, Peter Rufai returned home to fulfill traditional rites, a symbolic moment that showed that despite his global fame, he never forgot his roots. With 65 international caps for Nigeria, Peter Rufai, to many soccer fans, remains the best goalkeeper produced so far in Nigeria. The great football legend, Peter Rufai, MON, passed on to glory on July 4, 2025. Arguably Nigeria's greatest goalkeeper, Adio Dodo Mayana.
That was the viewpoints on the life and times of Nigeria football legend Peter Rufai, MON, written and presented by Olushola Kende. And now to end the BSS news and reports, here again are the main points. Former Governor of Ekiti State Ayo Fayose, Senator Okweyemi Bamidele, and Senator Dayo Adeyeye have again declared their support for Oyebanji's second-term ambition. You heard that Ekiti State government has sought grants to boost its economy. It was in the bulletin that Governor Abiodun Oyebanji has his counterparts in Ondo and Osun have pushed for true federalism and state police. Finally, on the foreign scene, Germany has arrested Libyan war crimes suspects. Remember, East or West, home is the best. Always contribute your quota to the development of the states. That's the BSS news and report as put together by the production team and edited by Abiodun Omodara. I am Oluwasegun Fumi Ogwimi. Thank you for listening. Do have a happy weekend.
Don't touch that dial. Leave it on 91.5 FM, Ekiti State Radio. Now we go now. Don't you say so. Peace.
From Ekiti FM 91.5, Ado Ekiti, it's 6 o'clock. It's time for commercials.
On 91.5 FM.